Okie dokie. There we go. Right, we've got record. So before we jump in to that session, we said we're going to have a look at how we're recruiting and what I've done to help somebody just this week go. What is 80? 80 is executive consultant, and that's with senior consultant with 6
executive
consultants. Yeah. So quite a thing happening. But what did we do? How did we get there? That kind of thing. So I thought I'd just share that from my side and how important it is for us to do the work, because if we don't do the work, we're not going to find the people. And so before I go into that, are there any questions? I just want to shut these things. I'm making a noise. Any questions that you would like to ask about recruiting? Not anything to do with the card, not anything to do with anything else, okay? To do with recruiting, is there anything specifically that area you're battling in before I go rattling and saying, this is what I've done and this is how, and you'll see that everything that I've taught you on the consultant calls, I've followed them all step by step by step and got to where we are. So are there any questions before we go?
So I'd just like to, because, you did that little ad on Facebook, and then obviously you had people reacting to that.
Mm-hmm.
So what I want to know is when you respond to someone on when they reach out to you from your ad, what is it that you expose them to?
Mm-hmm.
And then what is, once they've had a look, so basically what that process is of exposure. And when you have what conversation with them, I'd just like to understand that process.
Awesome. Cool. Okay, great. Excellent. So that's exactly what I'm going to go through today, is to take everything that we've learned to this point in time and say, this is what I've done. But now you're going to remember that it's about not doing it one day this week and then nothing for another 4 weeks because you think it's going to work. All right. It is about using the same strategy in various different areas of your life. And so that's exactly what I want to talk about, is that one silly little advert that I put in, and I'm still getting people from that one ad. And I've used those exact wordings to do a mass WhatsApp to people, because I decided to focus in another area as well. So from that ad, I have closed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 personals from that ad. And then from a massive WhatsApp strategy that I sent out, that was a deep focus specifically in Botswana area. I then sent 200 messages out to find one quality person. Okay, and that's all we're looking for. So guys, if you're not prepared to do the numbers and you're not prepared to send this out to people who know you, you're not going to get a response. Okay, because we're either embarrassed to do it, or we're shy to do it, or we think we're going to lose our jobs because we're sending it out. And no one can stop you from, I always say, do things, and when somebody approaches you, ask for forgiveness. Don't try and preempt other people's judgments of you prior to that. Because the worst that can happen to you is they can give you a verbal warning, please don't do this anymore. And you say, okay, fine, thanks, sorry, and end it. Okay. So I do say, never recruit people within your work environment, all right, because that can get you into trouble. If they come to you and ask you, what are you doing based on the photos on your Facebook, then you can speak to them, okay, and say, yeah, no, this is what we do part-time. We, whatever it is that you're doing, okay. But to actively go and recruit people, but nothing stops you approaching people that you've known before. Okay, nothing stops you from doing that. You've got them on your database, they're on your phone, and I would like you to please type in now how many contacts each of you have got on your mobile devices right now. So if you could do that for me, I want to know how many contacts you've got on your mobile device.
3,700.
Okay, Anthony says 3,700. So let's write that down. Okay, Bethany, not Bethany. Janine says 3,000. So Janine's, sorry, 300. Roy, I love that. Roy, 789. And was 3,700.
I don't even know where to look.
You know, 1078. Okay.
I'm on an iPhone. Where do I see that?
Okay, so iPhones, I would have no idea, but I'm pretty sure if you go to the end of your contacts, you should pick up the number of contacts that you got. Isn't that right, Juanita?
Yeah, you scroll right down to the bottom
scroll
of your
right
contacts,
down to the bottom
and
of
it
your
gives
contacts,
you a
yeah.
summary there.
So,
You see, I never go that far down. Thank you.
We all do that.
So let's go to Z and then go all the way down. Okay.
I just got it by going onto contacts, click on
Yes.
contacts, and there's 3 little lines on the left side of the screen, and
Yeah.
it shows there all contacts.
Okay. Oopsie, let's just go back up here. Let's go back up to there.
Yeah,
Settings.
those 3 little lines up there.
I'm not.
But if you got an Apple, Keith?
It's a Samsung.
Okay, yeah, because I've got Samsung. So all I did is I just go into my contacts and I scrolled
Contacts
right
and-
down to the last one, and it gave me a summary.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Z.
It gives it to you when you go to all contacts. Sorry, mine's 3,412.
Were you seeing yours?
Yeah, it says all contacts.
All contacts. How did you? Oh, under settings.
Right at the bottom.
In the 3 little line.
Settings. I got other accounts. Import, export, display.
We've got groups, companies, managed
Can you
contacts,
see
recycle
mine?
bin.
I've just
gives
scrolled
you a
right down to the
contact.
Oh, there we
bottom.
go.
That's what it,
Okay, so Keith is 1780.
I'm
Yeah, and I
3,412.
got that right at the top. As you go into contacts, 3 little
Oh,
lines
there
on
we
the
go.
left top
Mine
corner.
is 7 MVT 7150. Oh, gracious. All right. Yeah, okay, there we go. So I went to just settings, display, preferences. Okay, so Marianne has 1998. 1998. Marianne. Marianne. Right, let's see. Check your Facebook as well. Absolutely, Roy. I'm liking this Roy guy more and more and more. He's coming to the party here. 2088 for Fran. Elsie. 453. Yep, they probably don't have the same number, but that's fine. Sylvia 628. 628. We've got Roy 78. I do, yes, I do. Juanita, I've got yours. Yvette. Yvette. Where did I see Yvette? I just scrolled up too quickly. 467. Okay, so imagine if you if you actually all right, so let's say, for example, now you all know this, so let's say you're reaching out to 20 people a day, just sending a message to 20 people a day. So let's take 789, divide that by 20 people. That means you've got 40 days, okay, 40 days of sending to contacts. So if you had to take 40 days, divide that by 5 days a week, okay, divided by 5, that's 8 weeks. You should be sending out just something to someone. Now that's besides Facebook, that's besides, and some of those people are on Telegram or whatever it is, but just choose how you're going to send it to them. Your phone sometimes tells you who's on Telegram, who's on WhatsApp, and decide how you're going to send it to them. So the reality is decide what you're going to send. Okay, so let's use my silly, I need to go Facebook, go there. And you've all seen this one. So we're going to use this specific one because it's worked for me. Share screen. And then I'm going to show you the process of what I've been doing with that silly little one. So again, I said to someone else, please just use this. Where is it? There we go. There, that's it there. Okay, very simple. All right. Share screen. Very simple. This is it. Is anyone looking for a way to make money from home, full-time or part-time? All you need is a mobile and a Wi-Fi connection. That's it. Okay. So I've had 93 comments and I've had 26 likes. I'm still going through the people with their conversations, and I'm still getting 1 or 2 come through on this. Now I said to one of my ladies today who just said to me, she's been speaking to everybody and nobody wants to join this business. So I said to her, well, why don't you just send that message, put that on your Facebook, and let's see what happens. She said, okay, fine. So she put that on. She's had 2 come to her today, of which I'm helping her have a conversation with. Okay. Where do you get the background? I think Facebook just does it for you, Sylvia. Let's go and have a look. I'm going to copy that quickly and go to the top. There we go. Share screen again. So Sylvia, the moment you actually just go, what's on your mind, and I just clicked photo, then it gives you all these different, I don't know, there's a green one, there's one there, I know there's one with poop on it, there's all different kinds of ones. Okay, what's on your mind? There we go. So I could put it, that's, subconsciously, if I was trying to attract doctors and I was trying to attract nurses, this would be a very good one because it's got stethoscopes on. So subconsciously, anybody who's a friend of mine that's a nurse or a doctor would automatically look at that post, even if they were just browsing through saying, what's this about? And then what you do is you make sure you put it on your news feed and on your story and you post it. And that's all I did. Okay. So that's where you would get it. Oh, see, I don't want to do that again. I don't want to do that again. So I'm going to take it off. Oh, my heavens, it doesn't want to delete. Oh, my heavens. Okay. I won't post it. I'll just leave. Oh, there we go. Let's see here. Sorry, guys. I just doesn't want to delete. Okay, I don't want to post it, so I'm just going to leave it. All right, okay. Okay, I'll work it out, delete it just now. So that's all you really need to stick on there, okay? So it's just something simple. Now, for my guy in Botswana, I literally took every single contact that I have in Botswana and I sent that message on WhatsApp. Hey, hi, I didn't personalize it, nothing, okay? I just said, I actually rephrased it to, are you looking? Okay, or do you know of someone who's looking? Is how I worded that one. Do you know of someone who's looking for a way to make money from home, full-time or part-time? All they need is a mobile and a Wi-Fi connection. And I sent that to 200 names, okay? Because I wanted to rank up and I needed to create momentum in my business. But guys, the thing is, you need to send the message. Okay, that's the most important thing. Is we want to take people, but what we do is we have a tendency to say, no, that person's going to say no. What's that person going to think of me? I can't approach them. If they are not working directly with you right now, send them the message, because you actually are the person who has the opportunity to give them something. Okay, so especially with the card, and if you go on, we need to speak to you for 5 minutes about the card, you'll be fired up and you'll be saying, why am I not telling everybody right now? Okay. Because we were both, Juanita and myself, we were on a call with Ryan. I mean, the exciting thing is it's happening, guys. It is happening. All right. It's not happening. But you and I, exactly what Keith has just said there, don't prejudge. Please put your pride in your pocket, because your pride in your pocket does not pay your bills. Ask everybody. The worst thing they can do is not answer you. Like, really, seriously, the worst thing they can do is not answer you. And if they don't answer you, it means they're not interested. But 5 months down the line, 6 months down the line, something happens, and now they need to do something. And guess what? They're going to remember your message. But if you don't send the message, exactly, it's plant the seed. It's your responsibility to plant the seed. today I was looking for something that I'm going to start from next week on the back to basics, and I came across my Amway lists. I'm scared to tell you, I've probably got 30 or 40,000 names. And yes, I can sit there and say, oh, but they're going to think I'm trying to network market them for Amway. Okay. With pleasure. With pleasure. I might have to do that when I need to have I need to have the big numbers counting in the teams. so yeah, but guys, seriously, it's add a few in your downline to get. I've got to now start getting going, because I've now got this one team up and running, and we put in just from one person and their contacts, and that's all you're looking for. You're looking for that one person, and you manage that one person. Okay, so yes, now a person responds to this ad. Now I'm going to go back to my good old faithful Trello. Guys, come on, you've got to measure, monitor, and adjust. We went through this last week. Okay, measure, monitor, and adjust. Yep, Sylvia, we've got to regroup in your team as well. Okay, so let's go back to, okay, so this is what I've been doing with the people from that advert. Okay, I still, guys, am waiting for all these people to come back to me. I've sent them a message. Okay, none of them have come back to me. That's fine. Okay, I'll keep them there for now. But until I've spoken to them, I'm not going to hassle them. Okay, I don't need to hassle them just yet. These people here, I've now got phone numbers for, and we have making arrangements to make phone calls. These guys here, we've already got onto a phone call with. Now, the moment you put them on a phone call, you need to go back, and this is where I've closed my people. I promise you, this is where I've closed my people. They've either come back to me and said they're not interested or they're not ready yet. Not one of them have said to me, Michelle, we're not interested. So what I've done is very simple. I don't know if I go onto WhatsApp now, if it'll come up. So they connect with me. Okay, so I just want to keep this very simple. So they connect with me, and then I send them a message and say, and I've got their mobile, and I ask them very simply, so how, on a WhatsApp, how, Juanita, how's it? Trust you're well. When can you and I get on a 5-minute call? Now she can duck and dive me. If she's going to duck and dive me, I'm not even going to speak to her. I'm not going to send her a link. I'm not going to bombard her, because if Juanita cannot follow one simple instruction, do you know how I'm going to battle with her to get her to do what I'm going to ask her to do? So I'm not interested if she doesn't answer me back. Okay, I'm looking for the one who's going to, because I'd say, hey, when can you get on a call? And she'll say to me, how about tomorrow at 3 o'clock? Guys, that's when you get your diary. Okay, so here I've got, let me just go to tomorrow. Here I've got call Elise Bouch tomorrow at 12 o'clock. Okay, because that's what time she said we can call. So that's what you do. You diarize the phone call. Okay. And then you phone them at the time that you said so. And then mine is very simple. So, Juanita, what is it that you're looking for exactly? Guys, you've heard me say this to you guys. What is it that you're looking for exactly? And then say, obviously it's, hey, how's it, Juanita? How are you doing? Thanks for taking the call. You've showed an interest in the advert that I placed on Facebook, or you're responding to this, but what is it that you're looking for exactly? Guys, that's your question. What is it that you're looking for exactly? Because unless I know that, you're wasting your time with conversations, because if you don't know the answer to that, then guess what? You are going to try and sell them your concept. Seriously, and that's not what we hear. I'm not here to sell you my concept, okay? I'm here to ask you, what is it that you're looking for? Go into their world. It's about them. Sales is about them. It's not about you, and it's not about your product, okay? So you've got to ask them, so what is it that you are looking for? Very simple. Okay, so we'll type it in there. So tell me, what is it that you are looking for exactly? That's it, guys. That's your question. Then we need to also say, well, look, you know what? I'm actually looking to make a little bit extra more money. And I said, okay, that's fantastic. Why? Okay, so stick to finding out what their why is, guys. If you don't do that, you're going to be selling the wrong thing to the people. You need to always be selling their why. You're not selling element. You're not selling a data collection. You are selling and answering their why. Why do they need you? Yes, you can tell them how great you are and how fancy, because the moment you do that, how many of you hate it when you're in the room and there's that Mr. Know-it-all that knows everything about everything, and he is the one who's going to solve your life? We run away from that person. So I tell you what, I hardly speak at any family gathering or places that we're at. I sit and listen. And all I'm making a note is a mental note of, oh, so Keith said that he was garden services and he's battling at the moment. And then later on, I'll say, hey, Keith, you know, how's it? Can I have your number, please? Yeah, sure. We changed numbers. It was really great meeting you. A week later, I'll WhatsApp Keith, say, hey, Keith, listen, you know, love to chat to you. When can we get on a call? And Keith will say, Monday at 2 o'clock. Fantastic. Dara's Monday, 2 o'clock. That conversation would be, hey, Keith, listen, you know, how's the garden services going? And go into his why. Go into his space. Guys, you've got to take this journey slowly if you're looking, because remember, all you're doing is sifting and sorting for the right people. We are not here for everybody. Is our product available for everybody? Absolutely. Absolutely. But not everybody's going to connect with you. So you're just sifting and sorting, and you're looking for people that are willing to change their lives, because those are the people, and you just need 5 of them. 5 of them. Last week I showed you my statistics. I showed you my numbers. Okay. And how many leaders I need building in each of my teams. And that's all you're looking for. So awesome. Thanks, Sylvia. And so, guys, that's all you're looking for is, hey, you know, what are you looking for exactly? They're going to tell you. And then you say, well, then I don't really think this project is for you. Or you're going to say, well, look, you know, I can't promise you anything. Always say to them, look, I can't promise you anything. But what I can say is, I've worked with a group of people, and then we're actually work with a data collection company, and then I go into data collection and I talk about how valuable data is and that my history. Then I go into a story, and my story is that I'm an ex-retailer, and the only way as a retailer that I could make money was to know what my competitors had. Okay. And if I knew what my competitors had, and I knew what was selling, and if I got in a better product at a better price, I knew that I could beat my competition, or I could take them head on. Okay. That's my story. And so based on that, I totally fell in love with this company, which is data collection. And then I give them examples of company that's data collection, which is Hippo. Everybody associates with Hippo. So when you're speaking to people, don't, and then I say to them, look, you know, I can't promise you anything, but I'm pretty sure you're wondering what the catch is. And everybody says, yeah, I want to know what the catch is. Well, there is a catch. And I tell them, I say to them, there is a catch. And they'll say to me, well, what's the catch? I say, well, the catch is you're going to have to pay $1,500 every 28 days. But my question to you is, if you knew that you knew that you knew what I knew, and you took 4,500 Rand, and 4,500 Rand could give you the income of anything between 6,000 and 10,000 Rand a month, would you be willing to take the risk to open up a business for 4,500 Rand? And most people say, well, I don't really have 4,500. No, I don't want it up front. It's going to be over a process, but we need to start with 1,500. And there's two ways that you could do this. There's two ways that you could do this. And one of them is to, sorry, I just want to get this to add. And one of them is to pay the company directly, which means you'll pay $99, which means you're going to pay whatever the going rate is, which is about 1,750 Rand. Or I'm happy to convert one of my vouchers in my back office, and I'll just charge you 1,500, and you and I can work together with 1,500. How does that sound? And they, well, already I'm giving them a discount. And I haven't gone into like how to upload receipts. I haven't gone into any of that. I've just shared the value of opening up a business that is going to collect data. And the catch is you're going to pay 1,500 every 28 days. But if I could show you exactly how to make sure that the company subsidizes your money, would you be open to having a look? And some people say, well, not now, not really. I'll have a look at it. And then I say, well, look, I don't want you to rush your decision. You need to do your research. Can I send you a video? And they say yes. Then I go to what we spoke about 2 weeks ago. We're on the back to basics. For those of you who missed the back to basics, let me just go and show you. Oopsie, share screen again. Sorry, share screen again. Then I go back to basics. Okay, I go back here, and immediately all I do is click on here, and I copy paste all of this. Hi, it's Dr. Michelle. This is data collection business opportunity. It's a game changer. Here's your frequently asked questions that you're going to be asking me anyway. Okay, do you remember this from back to basics, the 7 messages? Okay, all the way down, and there's the video. There's the link to the video. So they're going to read all of that before they watch the video. Most of my people that come back to me will come back to me prior to actually watching that video, because the Q&A answers half of their things anyway. Yeah, go for it.
Michelle, do you take them through the 7-question process every single time before you share the video with them? So because you just said now that you say to them, I don't want you to rush your decision, but can I send you a video for you to watch? So
Yeah.
would you then go through that 7-question process anyway?
The 7 messages here. Yeah. Okay, now that's now this is going to close for me. My 7 messages have been the best closer for me since we did this 2 weeks ago. Really, honestly, my best closers have come from these guys. Okay, so I then start day 1, because I'm not going to now worry you and hassle you because you haven't said yes, and I'm not going to push for a close. I've never, ever, ever been a person that pushes for a close. All right, and as a closer, pusher for a close, I never do. I never have. I want you to make a decision, and once you've made a decision, I know that I can work with you. If I've pushed you for a close, if you're going to start avoiding my phone calls, you're not going to get onto the phone with me, you're not going to get onto Zoom calls, and I have a problem. Okay.
And are you having the conversation with them on WhatsApp, or are you making a physical phone call?
The actual conversation, like what is it that you're looking for exactly, is a physical phone call. Physical phone call. And then just asking them the questions and then explaining to them about data is a physical phone call.
Okay.
Physical call. And you see, that's where the connectivity comes in. And as much as as much as network marketing has gone on to WhatsApps, it's that personal connect, because people don't trust. They are very untrusting. They don't want to, and they petrified of network marketing. Okay, so if they say they're not interested now, what do you tell them? Okay, so good question. So let's go to, so I'm going to send the 7 messages, okay, on those days that I've been sending them. And Sylvia, yeah, that's the purpose. If they don't want to read it, they don't have to. There's the video link. They must just watch the video then. Okay. So if they don't want to read it, that's fine. But then if they ask me one of the questions, I ask them, did you read the message? I'm not going to spoon feed you, because if I start spoon feeding you, when you come into my business, I need to spoon feed you. Did you read the message? No, I didn't. Well, read the message and tell me what you think. Okay, I'm not here to baby you. I'm not going to change nappies. I'm looking for business builders. I'm looking for people who are go-getters. I'm looking for people who actually want it more than I want it for them. Because too often we want it for them more than they actually want it for themselves, and that's when we end up with all the problem children. Okay, so if they say they're not interested now, so there we go. If I still got screen share on, okay, so let's just have a look at this one. Let me screen share again. So if I'm on a phone call and they say, no, this is not for me, I'm going to say to them, then why exactly did you respond to the advert? What is it that you're looking for exactly? I'm going to ask them that question again, because they've prejudged the decision. They want to make extra money, but because they heard it was, they have to go and work for it. So I will ask them that question again. If they say to me, look, this is not for me, I'm going to ask them, what is not for you? Okay, they need to answer me. What is not for you? They need to tell me, what is it? Because that's a stupid thing. Sorry, I'm not interested. Well, what are you not interested in? Because you asked me to share with you that you wanted to make money, and you said that you wanted to make more money because I've already asked that question. They've already answered me, okay, up front. So then you can ask them and be very serious. The next thing you can say to them is, so what plan, if this is not for you, what is going to be for you to do, and then list what it is that they've said to you. Okay. So guys, the art of all of this is listening to what they are saying to you, and then you're just going to answer them back on what they've said. And all you're going to do is just keep planting a seed, planting a seed, planting a seed. And then if they say, no, okay, fine, this is definitely not for me. And then I'll say, well, do you know exactly what you're saying no to? And then keep quiet, guys. Once you ask them that question, do you know exactly what you've just said no to? And then you wait for them to answer you. Because then they're going to say, well, actually, yeah, it's about collecting data. Say, look, do me a favor. Before you say no, like 100% no, I'd like you to watch a video. Is that okay? 30 minutes video. Just want you to understand what it is that we're doing. Because I want to make sure that you know what you're saying no to. Okay, so that's how I would deal with somebody who said that to me straight away. If, for example, looking at my screen now, you'll see this Denise Oliver. You can see message 1, okay, I sent to her. Message 2, all right, I sent to her. On message 2, sorry, I just didn't put a line through that. Message 2, she said to me, look, I'm not ready yet. So she hasn't said no to me. She's just not ready yet. So all I do is I moved her away from the message list, because you can see the message list is going all the way to there, okay? And I bring her back to personal call. Now I know I just need to follow up on her again. Hey, Denise, are you ready yet? Yes, no, how's things going? And that would be my conversation. She says, no, I'm not ready yet. Okay, fine. Until she says to me, no, I'm not interested at all, ever, I'll keep her on my list.
Would you not ask why she's not ready yet, Michelle?
I did actually. She just said, I'm just overwhelmed with financial year end. She was doing some audit or something. So I said, that's fine. So I did say, oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry to hear that your life is hectic as mine. What you're up to? And she just said, oh, no, we're just busy with auditors here in our offices at the moment, and I just can't think of anything else yet. So I know my time frame is 3 weeks to a month, you know, and I'll just catch her sort of the middle of the month. Or what I'll do is just wait until I've got the card in my hand and send her a picture and say, guess what I got, you know, that kind of thing. So there's always a way to get to them. So Marine, I hope that answers your question. If they're not interested, then I just stop at that point in time. Otherwise, you carry on the 7 messages, okay? And I'm on 4 of them that are going to get the last of the 7 messages. The others I've closed round about message 3. Actually, message 4 is the one that's I'm closing them on. Let me just see why 4 is. What does success mean to you? Okay. This one here, what does success mean to you? And with data collection, and I've put the data collection a video in, this is where I've closed them on message 4. So it's 4 follow-ups. Actually, it's the connect. Okay, so that's the first time you connected with them. Second time you set the appointment for the phone call. Then you get on a phone call, and then after that it's 4 follow-ups. So it's fortunes in the follow-up, 7 to 8 times. Okay, and I've closed some quality people and go-getters. You can ask Tessa; she's met some of them. Marine, do you want to ask a question?
Hi, Doc. Yes, just want to double check. So, if someone tells you that they're not interested now, do you still start to send them the 7 follow-up messages?
No, I'm just going to ask if it all depends on when are they going to ask, when do they say that to me? So if they say that they're not interested now on the phone, is that at what point are you referring to them saying that?
Yes, when you're on the 5-minute call.
Okay. So you say that to me, okay, let's role play that. You're going to say to me, I'm not interested in it now. Okay. So my question to you is, so Marine, why did you respond to my ad?
Okay. I need some extra income.
Okay. All right. Fantastic. So Marine, if you knew that what I have on the table is going to help you get that income, why, if you're needing extra income, why are you waiting for a timing? When is the time going to be right?
When my kids go to varsity,
Okay.
which I can't afford.
Exactly. So,
Which is never.
Exactly. So when your kids go to varsity, that's actually excellent. So have you worked out how much varsity fees are?
Probably going to be more when they're bigger than now.
Absolutely. Let's say one of them decides they want to study to be come give me a profession. What would you like your children to study?
My boy, he's very into building stuff and developing stuff, so maybe engineering.
Fantastic. Have you seen how many years does engineering, let's say, for example, he goes for structural engineering, he could become an electrical engineer, he could become a chemical engineer. I don't know which engineer he's going to become, but have you seen how many years they have to study?
I think it's 4. I think.
Yeah, it's about 4. And what do you think you're going to pay if he wants to go? You actually need to get him into one of the really great colleges. And I really don't know if you've noticed, but he might even have to study at home, or he might have to even study abroad.
I have no idea what it costs.
Exactly. Let's take a ballpark figure. Let's say it's 120,000 Rand a year. Times that by 4. So with your current situation that you've got now, how many children have you got?
3.
Okay, so let's take, that's now 1.5 million. How are you going to save 1.5 million between now and then?
I have no idea.
Exactly. So Marine, look, I tell you what, this project definitely probably may not even be for you. Okay, but could you and I go on a little bit more of a deeper research process on exactly what it is that I'm doing? Spend some time with me. Let's, because I know we're just chatting on a phone call right now. I'd love to send you some information. What happens if this opportunity is the one that's going to help you pay for your varsity fees? Just what if, and you didn't do your research properly? How's that going to make you feel when you're going to say to your children, I'm sorry, I cannot send you to varsity?
Terrible.
Okay, so that feeling of being terrible, is it worth watching 1 or 2 videos?
Definitely.
Okay,
I will watch.
Thank you. I'm going to send you a video. Then what we'll do is then I'd love to meet you face to face, and I'd love to see the pictures of your kids. But, once you've watched the video, let's hop onto a Zoom call. I'd love to go through this in a little bit more detail with you. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. So I'm going to send you a very long message with the video at the end. I'd love you to read it and watch the video if that's okay with you.
Okay.
Great stuff. Once you've done that, give me a thumbs up and I'll take you to the next step. Is that okay?
That's fine.
Excellent. How many times did I get her to say yes to me? Quite a few times. Just by asking her the question, she said yes. And it's all about listening. guys, and that's all you've got to do is just and start thinking. Well, you know, Marine really did think, sure, but what happens if I've got to say to my son he can't go to varsity because I can't pay for his fees? And what happens?
Okay, so you
Mhm.
basically turn the question after they said no, not now. You ask them questions again to until they get to a point where you can send the 7 follow-ups.
100%, because why did you respond to my ad? You pre-qualified yourself by saying, yes, I'm interested, I'd like to know more. Okay. And my first question to you was, hey, how's it, Marine? Thanks for answering my Facebook page ad. I really do appreciate that. But tell me something. What are you looking for exactly? And you told me what you're looking for exactly. So immediately that happened. That's the only thing. I'm going to keep driving everything back to that. And if you just said extra money, I'd say, oh, fantastic. I tell you what, I love extra money. What is it that you actually need the money for? You know, people answer, you know,
Be specific.
be specific, because the moment you find that hook, okay, you're looking for that hook. It could be varsity fees. It could be, I desperately need to go on holiday. I've got my children are overseas and I need to get there. It could be, I need to buy a new house. It could be, I need to repair my house. It could be my swimming pool is leaking. But only once you find their pain or the biggest thing that they've got to do, if they just say, no, I want financial freedom. And then I'll ask the question, well, what does financial freedom mean to you? What does it look like? Because I need to attach an emotion, because once I've got the emotion, I then can close you on your emotion. I'm not going to close you on element. Okay.
Thanks, Doc.
And you just got to role play it with each other. And you know, my aunt and I, when we first started in network marketing, whenever we were driving, I just said to him, okay, I need to role play some questions. I'd say to him, okay, the first one, pretend that you're a client, but I want you to take it easy on me, like I'm going to close you, okay? And he'd do that. And I'd say, okay, fine. Now this time I want you to be really tough on me. I want you to ask me the tough questions. I want you to ask me the objection questions and that. And when we're traveling in the car, instead of playing I Spy with My Little Eye, we're playing how do you overcome objections. I mean, it's a little bit better than I Spy with My Little Eye. Okay, so that's what you role play in the car, and role play, and eventually your kids will answer for you. Trust me, your kids will answer for you, and then you realize how simple it is, because if a 5-year-old and a 7-year-old can actually ask the same questions and answer it, then you've actually been highly successful. Awesome. Cool.
Doc,
Doc.
what would you do
Thanks,
in a
Marie.
scenario where somebody responds, but they are clearly just looking for a quick way to make money without doing squat? Obviously, now you've said we don't want that caliber of people in our businesses, but how would you react if they answered, I was looking for an easy way to make money and this seems like work? Do you
And then
just
I'd say,
thanks, this is not for you?
Yeah, that's hey,
Okay.
Elsie, this is definitely not for you, because I'm not into quick get rich schemes. I don't play that game. I'm not ever going to, and nothing in life is worth it if you haven't worked for it. And according to the big book that I work for, it says that you actually have to work to earn. So I'm sorry, this is not for you. Then,
Okay, thanks.
And when you're ready to put some effort into your life, I'm here to help you.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Pleasure. Cool. Okay, and then you get them to watch the video, and then 2 days later you send the next message, and then you just say when, because remember you said to them, once you've watched the video, give me a thumbs up. And on the call, I said we'll then hop onto a Zoom call. Okay, if she goes into a witness protection program and she doesn't give me a thumbs up within the two days, I will send her message number 2. I'm not going to pester you. Message number 2 will tell you what it is. And by the time you get to message number 4, when I ask you what is success and what does it mean to you, then you'll sit down and watch the 2 videos, and then you'll give me a thumbs up, and then I'll say, well, great, let's hop onto a Zoom call. I'm using the whole system to pre-qualify them. Go for it.
So you're not hacking them to watch that video.
No.
So if they don't watch it, you just carry on sending the messages.
Carry on sending the messages and go and find somebody else who will watch the video.
And if
Because
they,
yeah,
so once
on.
they've watched the video, then you get them onto another call.
Then I get them onto a Zoom call, and I want to introduce myself. I want to see you. I want to ask. Then it's just like talking to you about your family, and then I go with form or forward and go a little bit deeper into them, connect with them, and really and say to them, right now you've got to find that 1,500 rand. How are you going to do it? Can I please show you? And I have access to a consultant's, which is, I know I shouldn't have it, but it's my son's back office, which is a consultant back office. So I can go in and show them, this is where you work, this is what you do. I don't want to show them my back office because the disconnect is too high. So I'd rather just show them a consultant back office and show them where they get the money and how would it, and then I say to them, look, right now the card is on order, and by the time we get you up and going, and by the time you got your first, because remember, you're going to take 60 days before you're going to get paid out of the system. So unless you go very quickly and become consultant, then you have your consultant fees, but that's not how everybody works. So you're going to wait 60 days before you get your first payment. Let me show you what that equates to. Let me explain to you. Do you remember the video that I showed you? And then I'll go through, but then I've got one-on-one interaction with them. And take them through that process. And then I will say to them, look, obviously you're not going to make this decision on your own, but could I ask you to please hop onto a Zoom call, which will be either, I don't put them onto my Zoom call, I try and send them to your business presentation, because I want you to get on and watch a live presentation with your spouse, if you don't mind doing it. And normally, I think 2 of them have done that. One of them just said, no, well, I'll make my decision. So I said, well, it's fine. Okay, let's carry on. So when are you going to pay the 1.5? If you make your own decisions, when you're paying the 1.5, when are we going to register you? And then we just work out how they're going to pay, and then just work it from there. And then I ask them straight, do you want to pay straight into the company? And let me remind you, then look, that's the easy way. But if you're going to trust me, then let me show you how to register. I want you to register yourself. Then you make your payment. Then I'm going to send you what we call an enrollment pass, and I go through step by step by step with them on what they've got to do from there. But guys, the systems are all here for us, and that's the reason why we've got the systems. And then the other thing is, I put a lot of my African people onto Yvette's WhatsApp presentations, because they sometimes don't have the data to do the actually watch the video or get onto a Zoom call. Then, in fact, I closed my Botswana guy from Yvette's WhatsApp business presentation. So thank you, Yvette. Sorry I didn't put him down line of you, but I needed to build another leg.
Doc, I have a question. If you ask the people for the personal Zoom call that you actually want to talk to them, do you ever get people that tell you, no, they don't want a Zoom call, can you have a phone call instead?
And then I say to them, listen here, you know what? We've already got onto a phone, which is what we're busy talking about now. We're already on a phone call. And, quite honestly, I don't know that I want to go into business with somebody that I haven't met. I don't know how you feel about that. And then most people say, okay, fine, I don't know how to do Zoom. Can we do a WhatsApp? So then I just do a WhatsApp video call, but you'll do a video call with me, because I'm not going to not meet you. Because I need synergy, I need buy-in, I need connectivity. And that's always how I've built my business, because I don't want people just to be, randomly out there and I don't know them, because that's just, I'm not going to get, then I'm going to ask them to be on a Zoom call. They're never going to come on a Zoom call. I'm going to ask them, and what's the point? Then I'm going to have to try and phone them. Have you uploaded your receipts? Haven't you? I'm not interested in building like that. I'm just not. Questions definitely works. Thanks. Now I understand. Awesome, Fran. Spot on. Thanks, Roy. So yeah, guys, and we have to have the boldness. And I haven't closed anybody. When did we come across to the system? When did we go live with the new system? What, three months ago? March.
It was basically beginning of
15
June.
May.
17 May.
17
May.
Middle May, yeah.
May. So May, April, I haven't closed anyone. It's in April, but I haven't stopped working until I found the right people. And now I found the right people, and it's just gone poof. So that's, let's say, April, May, June, July, August. 5 months. 5 months I've been sifting and sorting, sifting and sorting, sifting and sorting. And have people, you know, joined the business? Yes, I've a few shoppers. I'm talking business builders. Okay, so I have put a few shoppers in here and there. All right, but when it came to a business builder, because I was looking for a business builder because I needed my fourth leg. I don't have a fourth leg. I didn't have one, and I couldn't go bigger than that. Now I have one. And that one's like literally one person away from senior consultant, but I won't let him go senior consultant. And the reason why I won't let him go senior consultant, because he's only been a consultant for 1 week. I won't let him go senior consultant. I will not let him build a fourth leg. He needs to get depth in his 3 legs, and he needs to manage that group of people. And once he does that, then I'll say to him, right now, go build your 4th leg. I'm not going to let you go senior consultant until you know how to look after your team and answer the questions, and you get on Zoom calls and you attend the various different things that I ask you to, because otherwise I'm creating a monster, and I don't want a monster that eventually that leg will disappear, and I don't need to rebuild. I need to build once and once only. And guys, that's how you don't want a number. No, I don't want a number, Keith. You know, if somebody comes in and they just say, listen, I'm just going to come in and it's, you know, I've closed people for people, and I've placed them in the right place, and we've gone there and I've gone through the little things with them, and they're uploading their receipts and they're happy to pay their 1,500 Rand every 28 days. That's the deal. That's fine. I'm not going to chase you away, but I'm not going to put all my effort and time into it. Okay. So, yeah. Any other questions you would like to ask on that's, guys? So that's what I've been doing. Nothing different from what we've been doing in network marketing all along. I've just tweaked it with this message system, and I'm so excited about the message system. I have tweaked one of the messages that I said to you I would make it shorter. I did try that Mr. Whatever app. I couldn't get it right. I'd rather just go and just copy paste, instead I'm in control of who I'm sending my messages to. And then I can just quickly put a personalized little thing in every single time I send the message. And yeah, and it's worked for me. And so guys, that's why I just wanted to speak to you about, please, the only thing is you need to send that message out every single day. And if you're not, you only reap the rewards if you plant the seed. And if you're not planting the seed, you'll never get to a stage where there's a crop that you can harvest. So I'm in April for me, with my contacts, with people I've been trying to find really I've had some that I've, like I said, that want it, and but they're just going nice and steady and slowly, and that's great. Okay. So I'm not going to chase anybody away, but it is about, if I didn't have that ad and I didn't send that 200 messages out, and I actually did 50 per day for 4 days. That was last week. And
Doc, I have another question.
Yeah.
Sorry
No
for the
problem.
questions. But if you send the first message after the phone call, the first of the 7 messages, and the person do reply with a thumbs up, and for a personal Zoom, you said you're talking a little bit of personal stuff and so on, just like to meet the person, but you haven't shared much about the business itself. Don't you get people that bombard you then on that Zoom call with all the questions for the business?
Absolutely. But you be in control of it and start. So look, before we get into business, Marine, can you just tell me a little bit about yourself? And then I'll just share a little bit about where I am and how I've got into it. But you know what? I don't want to just jump into business, because what I've found is that I'd rather make sure that I've got businesses that are built on relationships. I'm not here just to take your money.
Okay.
Okay. And then start the conversation. Yeah.
And do you still then answer their questions after they talk about themselves?
Yeah. I talk about 15 minutes, like talk about your family, your great kids. I've got 10 grandkids, and, you know, whatever it might be. And, you know, where's your husband, that kind of thing. Or are you married, divorced, single, whatever it is, single mom, whatever. And then 15 minutes go past and say, well, look, based on the video that you've seen, what is your biggest question from a business perspective now, if you don't mind us transitioning to business? What is your biggest concern that you've seen, or what was something that you really liked about the video? And then they'll start, and then you guide the conversation from there.
Okay.
And then I open my back
after-
office. I open up that consultant back office. I show them how the system works from there.
And then after such a Zoom, do you still keep on sending the message 2,
Absolutely.
3, 4?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you still
Definitely.
go through everyone.
No,
Okay,
definitely.
until you close them.
Until you close them, yeah. And
Okay.
then after that, the closing question is, so what prevents you from starting today? And then they will tell you, okay, great, super. And if that is resolved, then what other thing would prevent you from starting with us? And so I've got a beautiful lady. I went through the whole process with her today, Renee, and she just said to me, look, I need to find the first 1.5. Absolutely. So if that was resolved, what would stop you from doing it? No, I'm in. I'm just going to go and find the 1.5. I said, okay, fine, fantastic. So I sent her the message. She's already, if you look at my moving across, she's already waiting 2 days down the line. I'm going to send her the, as soon as she gives me the WhatsApp, we'll get onto a Zoom call. And I'll say to her, listen, whether you've got the money or not, don't worry, don't wait for that. Let's just do your research process. I've always called it a research process. They must research my company. I want them to research my company.
Okay.
Okay. But they mustn't send me the rubbish that's on Google about my company. Then I get mad.
I know. Just, it's
dear.
just
That first review when you Google that very first one.
That is so frustrating. And everybody hops onto that and send that to you.
I know they do. It's like, really? You want to say, Juanita?
I wish actually Ryan would do something or send something out against that person or something, because he's just recruiting for his own things.
Yeah, exactly. He is. Pyrotechnics. You want to say, Juanita?
Doc? Sorry, Anita.
it's amazing how people can believe some oak that they have no cooking clue who or what he is, but they're quite happy to believe,
They
just
are.
any old. But ultimately they don't trust themselves to make the right decision. But they're happy to trust some oak that they've no idea who he is and what his agendas.
Exactly. So the one lady that I did close, I just said to her, when she sent it to me, I just sent a message. I said, do you know what? I am deeply hurt and highly disappointed in you. Please tell me, do you know who, and I went and found the guy's name. I said, do you know who Christian Sanders is, or whatever his name is? Do you know him? And she came back, she said, no, I don't know him. I said, well, I want to ask you the question, how many years have you known Anthony van Tonda? And she came back and she said, well, oh gosh, about 40, maybe 50 something years. I said, okay, all right. Based on that, make a decision. I'm not going to talk to you any further. And I'm really sorry. And I just said, no, based on that, I'm not going to say anything more. But I started off with, I'm highly disappointed and saddened. But do you know who? Do you know him? Like, please tell me how, that you had a braai with him yesterday and he has, please tell me that. Elsie, you wanted to say, it's after 8, we need to lock up. Wrap this one up. Yes, Elsie.
Okay, I'll try and be quick. I think sometimes what keeps Maureen and myself back from doing a Facebook post like this is from past experience. I know we shouldn't compare, but we were inundated with like 90 to 150, 200 people asking for information today. And we know we can't cope with that. So what do you suggest we do in that case? Because sometimes people get outright rude on Facebook and they say, well, I haven't received info yet. And so then it is a whole negative connotation to that whole post.
So immediately you have to make a disciplined decision when you do that whoever posts a like or a comment or yes, please, or a private message you, that day before you go to bed, you need to contact them. Okay, you have to. So even if on day 1 you get 100 and you don't get any more after that, you need to sit there and say, hi, thank you. Just copy paste. thank you so much for your response. We have a lot of responses, but how we're going to move forward is once you send me your mobile number and we can connect on WhatsApp, we'll take this conversation further. And then,
Doc,
and
but
then
then
do that.
you land into Facebook jail. I've done that before, but Facebook only allows you a certain time, and then it blocks you for a week or even longer. I've been blocked like 4 or 5 times because of that.
If you are doing it on the actual feed, it won't block you. Even if you got 2,000, it shouldn't.
It
not
does.
on the not on the actual feed. If you Juanitas, I stand to be correct. If you're actually responding to a person on the feed, it's fine. It's when
If you copy paste the same message, it picks you
it'll
up.
probably pick you up, yeah.
Yeah.
Then
it
just
does.
edit it. Then type it
Because
in
even
every single time.
If you take it into, even if you take it into Messenger and you copy and paste the same message, it does pick it up, and it actually sends. They will send you a warning to say,
A
listen.
warning. They've sent me a warning, yeah, but they haven't blocked me.
Correct.
But then just keep typing, or just go thumbs up. Just connect a thumbs up so that the person knows that you've read their message. Go thumbs up or something on every single person, and then start conversations after that.
So I think Elsie, if you're posting that kind of message on those groups, then that is when you get it where you're like inundated. But this message Michelle posted on her personal page,
profile,
on her personal one.
You're never going to have that kind of volume on your personal page.
No, I agree.
If you're posting it in a group, then you do have that. And I've also had that where I was just so inundated, you can't get to everything. People don't listen to what you're asking. You're saying PM me. They want the message on there. They don't want to give you their number. They want you to email, and I don't want to do that.
I block them.
Yes.
Anybody who is so you please do it on your private on your personal page. Okay. Be aware if you are going to do it in a group that you are going to end up with the wrong kind of people. Okay. Just be aware of that.
Yeah.
Awesome, guys.
Thank you.
Super duper. Thank you so much. I hope this was a little bit helpful. Just to say, just stick to the process and ask questions and find the why out up front. And the easiest way to find the why is, so what is it that you're looking for exactly? And then keep quiet. Cool. But guys, please send that message out to either put it on your Facebook page or start sending it to at least 10 people a day minimum from your phone. Hey, I'm looking for this, or, that's it. Just send. If they don't answer you, that's fine. Move on next. You'll find that one. You're just looking for five teams. That's all you're looking for. Okay. Cool, guys. See you at 8:30. Cheers, man.